Previously on YARREH.
But we have a lot of fiberglassing to do in the boat. We have the whole inside of the hull, essentially, at least the whole bilge and the structural components, bulkheads, and then the whole outside of the boat, the entire outside of the boat.
This marks the beginning of our fiberglassing journey. As we explored the processes, materials, curing times, and all the variables involved, we started with the small repairs.
Layering big pieces of glass. Yeah. That's gonna be so tricky.
We've been helping our friends that we just met. They just bought this boat and we sold them that rudder.
It's another weekend at the boatyard, and it's time to start creating templates for the larger fiberglass project.
So this is where the bilge comes up and forms a pretty vulva-looking crevice, and then it comes back out. This is where the through hole is, funny enough.
Oh God.
And this is the center line. This is where all the pleasure's to be held.
We have a lot of fiberglassing ahead of us, but we're excited to dive into this step and strengthen the bilge even more than before. We began by taking templates of the bilge using clear poly, then traced those templates onto the fiberglass roll to ensure we cut the perfect sizes.
CS1 in the middle?
CS2.
With a large area to cover and multiple layers to complete, it's essential to get it right. Having the trailer parked next to the boat gives us a safe, weatherproof workspace, especially important here in rainy Vancouver.
Yep.
So far, we've learned that boatwork typically takes at least 3 times longer than you expect. If there's one more thing to add, it's that prep work consumes the bulk of that time.
Here it is, free throw holes we're patching. And the reason why
I'm officially part of the crew.
We spent the entire day just making templates and cutting fiberglass. One important step in this process is labeling them precisely. Having all the fiberglass templates prepared in advance will enable us to perform consecutive wet layups in one go, speeding up the process and ensuring that the laminate schedules bond effectively. For large layups like this, good planning and preparation from start to finish are essential. Having your tools and accessories organized in advance, along with a proper cleaning station, is crucial. Otherwise, you risk creating excess waste and spending more money than necessary. That's definitely something we're eager to avoid at all costs. Although we didn't take it too seriously, goofing around and having fun with friends while we work definitely kept morale high and our spirits elevated.
What you got you guys so excited to fiberglass?
This is how we tell when, you know, you're all suited up in the boatyard with your full face mask and your hair tucked in and looking like a man. This is how you tell if you're a woman. And the pink boots.
It was a long day of tracing, cutting, labeling, and storing all of the templates in fiberglass in preparation for the big day ahead.
Pretty rainy day at the boatyard, unfortunately, but we set up a pretty cool camp, the trailer and the pop-up tent. So we were able to keep glassing, cutting glass and keep laying.
It was a good thing we had set up a proper workstation because it started to rain.
Been a rainy day today.
So what's happening here?
Cutting glass.
We're cutting some glass with scissors. This is the last one. This is number 12.
What's going on in your suit?
At this point, we started to feel a bit giddy after so much time spent working, and we finally reached the end of the prep.
Now I know why everything takes so long. It's not overbuilt. It's not.
Wow, what is it?
It's well done.
Well done. That's all we like it. All the glass ready for tomorrow.
It's finally collapsed.
I'm gonna keep them, but I don't want to wreck my suit.
See it, there's magic in the air.
Yeah, it's been like this all day. It's just during the day you can't see it.
Today we did more samples.
I think you just want to have a better feel about not oversaturating the fiber. So it's easier to do it off the boat. And you can calculate how long it took to cure the specific thickness.
So basically the amount of resin you need?
Yeah, because I thought we were rolling a bit rich. We just wanted to play with it a little bit. And, you know, we're always trying to get better here on SVRA and bring it to the next level. And do it like a pro, you know.
Nice. Was it the same amount of catalyst?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And now it's time for a boatyard barbecue. Check this out. Oh yeah. We are just starting round 2 of fiberglassing.
Last night we had prepped the fiberglassing by cutting the sheets. So we've got like, I think 12 sheets that we want to glass today. So what do we got to do? We're pre-rolling them with resin? No. Really?
So now what we should do is organize them.
81.
Wow.
Yes, 2, which is half.
83 is
Hopefully they're the right way, Eric. We had them all the right way, so we can't flip them around or anything, right?
They're better than the right pieces.
So
CS3. This is CS here. Are you sure this is CS? What does that say?
that is CS. CS1, CS2, CS3, missing the C. Use our roll.
One is on the boat.
Oh yeah.
Here we just keep on resin coat, resin coat. Then we have the roll. Then we take a piece of plastic, split it in. and we bring it up in that piece of plastic. I know it sounds intense. It is intense. That's what we're all about. We do it right. We're really sorry if we're overdoing this, guy. I mean, while we're here, I'm up for recommendation. I'm open for options. This is what I came up with. I think it's great. There you go.
Let's do it.
Alright, what are we up to right now? We're building a boat. Pretty much. Yeah, we're recording the first part of the structure layup here. You have a second brush, you only have one brush.
But first, we begin by fiberglassing a small patch at the front of the bilge. Layer by layer, we were getting it done.
Alright, we're back in the boat. Had a really long night last night, big shift. Laid down some serious glass. Let's go and check on the patch. Alright, this is where we laid 3 layers of new glass last night. And look how nicely that turned out.
Alright, we all prepped to lay some more glass, some of the bigger pieces. Put a plank down so I can actually walk here. I got these underneath all the way through. So when we lay the resin, we don't need to go step on the floor. I got these pieces to kind of get around it. And we're going to lay a piece of glass going from here over and then backwards to this mark right here. I got this suspended for the ceiling. And yeah, we already laid some glass in here. That looks really good. So this is going to be much different in a few hours.
We faired the areas where the stringers or floors used to be, then pre-coated the surface with resin before starting.
So we're starting fiberglass over top of that.
The time has come. We were about to embark on a massive journey. One we hoped not to mess up. The repercussions of a mistake could mean a lot of grinding, a significant step backward, and plenty of wasted time. Were we ready to take a big leap into the rebuild of this boat with all our new skills? We were about to find out.
Alright.
This was something we had never done before. Resin coating a large piece of fiberglass before bringing it onto the boat and positioning it exactly where it's intended to go. But we thought we'd give it a shot. We wrapped the resin-coated fiberglass in poly to make sure it wouldn't drip everywhere on the way into the boat. Time would only tell.
So if you need to light position it now, don't poke too hard on it because
As you can see here, rolling out the 1.5 ounce chop mat was a bit tricky because it's quite flexible compared to 1708. This was a bit nerve-wracking because we only had a limited time before polymerization began, meaning we had to get everything in place before the curing process kicked in. The hardest part was laying it into the bilge itself. Once the glass was positioned out of the bilge and onto the interior of the hull, it would get easier. But we weren't quite in the clear yet, as the clock was ticking. After all the extensive trials we had done, we knew how much time we had to work with it, so we made sure to put in a lower amount of catalyst to give us a bit more time. It did work, but it was definitely intense.
I pictured it awesome. It's a picture.
But we were now in it, and it was a race against time to perfect the layup and eliminate any trapped air, ensuring a smooth finish and a strong, flawless bond. After all that hard work grinding the bilge, we definitely didn't want the layup to start curing before we had a chance to finish it properly. But it all worked out, and it was time for the next layer.
Line it up with the marking we have. Yep.
This time, we decided to do it
Well,
differently.
this far back. Now you gotta go forward, man. You see the marking? Yeah, you see the marking.
There was a steep learning curve, but after the first large piece, we realized that applying resin in the bilge would likely be much easier.
Maybe some masking tape on here. More resin.
This part was a lot easier, although, as you can see, there's still quite a bit of air getting in. It's definitely a tricky spot. It requires a whole lot of boat yoga.
Okay, let's Lift it out.
And that was a wrap on our first big fiberglassing session in the bilge. Now it was time to let the layup cure before moving on to the next step.
Kitty, come on. Hi, kitty.
It's okay, don't be scared.
Boatyard kitties. Hi. Lots of kitties around here.
I think we gotta buy 2 more of these pails by the time we're done with this boat. Stir them up in 5-foot net, yeah. Just put a 1 liter in there. Just put 1 liter in there and get it ready to catalyze.
Yeah. All right, boss.
And we have to bring all this stuff up, eh? Roller tray, fin roller.
Hey, kitty. And our next layer is 1708. Woo! Check it out. So exciting.
There were 12 layers in total to apply, 6 on the starboard side and 6 on the port, alternating between chop mat and 1708. It was a time-consuming process, but it would ultimately prove to be the most rewarding part of the job.
You roll it out more?
A task that would go long into the night.
Alright, we are on day 3 of this weekend, day 5 total of fiberglassing. And we're going to try and get 8 patches down total, I believe. We have some, remaining glassing to do before we can put the stringers in. So we're going to try and have it all prepped for next weekend. When we come down, we can get the stringers in. And they want to move our boat because the guy behind us wants to get out. So we've been kind of, in a strict timeline trying to make our boat structurally sound so we can move it again. So that's the plan, get it all prepped for next weekend. Stringers go in, fiberglass over top of those. It's gonna be so exciting.
How long do you think it's going to take? What's your projection?
I think by midnight it should be done. And,
By midnight.
it's almost 11 a.m. Maybe in less than 13 hours. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh God, I hope it's not that late.
We're gonna try and finish a little bit earlier than that.
We were getting close to finishing, but there were still a few more layers to apply.
I'm gonna do 1,000 here right away for the roller, and then we're gonna work 500.
We gonna last today?
Exactly 1 liter. You gotta write it down. This one is salvaged and this one uncatalyzed.
Oh yeah. Catalyzed, uncatalyzed.
Are we going to go slightly lower on the catalyst? Or?
Yeah, that's alright.
Maybe it gives us a little bit more time, right?
We tackled each stack up one by one, taking short breaks in between to let them cool before moving on to the next. Meanwhile, we prepped the resin and had the fiberglass ready to go. We were getting pretty efficient, quickly estimating exactly how much resin we'd need for each layer.
So exciting! We are fiberglassing almost the entire bilge.
Honey, you gotta make sure you get this on camera.
Yeah, she's sexier than I
This
remember.
is gonna be some cruising romantic right here.
Was truly satisfying. After days of hard work, we were finally nearing the end of applying 12 massive layers of fiberglass, bringing this project closer to a completely rebuilt, like new status on our bilge.
How excited are you for the last piece?
Super excited.
Very last of the fiberglassing before the striggers go in next weekend.
We just finished fiberglassing!
Oh, if I just photo.
Woo!
Shit ton of layers. Cheers to good work.
Cheers. Cheers to really good work.
And good time.
A lot of work.
Good time in a tank. Wah wah wee wah.
It's probably beautiful.
Cheers to a successful day.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It's one free, easy way you can help support this channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
This time on YARREH.
Finally, we got all the materials to put the boat back together. We got fiberglass, we got isophilic resin, we got gel coat, we got acetone for days, we got roller, we got fairing compound. Let's get to work.
The only thing that we're missing is a gel planer.
The captain.
Just easy peasy. You know, we've been doing this for a long time, at least 3 days, and we had a lot of compliment about it.
Fiberglassing, a gel coat, and put the four panels back together.
So you get one pair of gloves, it's great. Get it dirty, you kind of screw it. So you'll at least like 2 or 3 things get dirty and nasty. I mean, you just peel it off, and then you're back in business.
It's Thursday evening and we're back at the resin shop. We're all about glue. This is Eric from Wonder Sailing. He's all about glue too. Na, wer bist du denn?
It's going to be the Boatyard Makeover series of Shelter Island on the Road of Broken Dreams.